Hello friends, you are welcome again the listening empire. Steve Jobs has said, "Good artists copy, great artists steal." This quote was originally said by Pablo Picasso. And if you can understand what Steve Jobs is trying to say here, then you will get the key to unlimited creativity. This is what we learn from the author of Steal Like an Artist, Austin Kleon. And in this video, I am going to give you 5 main points from this book. So, number 1 is, steal like an artist. According to Austin Kleon, no work is good or bad for an artist. For him, only something is worth stealing or not worth stealing. One thing that has been said for a long time is that there's nothing new under the sun. Meaning, there's nothing new in the world. When we think that an artist has done something very original, then usually, that artist has also stolen that work. 9 times out of 10, no idea is original. But there is nothing wrong in that. Many people will think that if all the ideas are already in the world, then what can be my contribution? What is the benefit of my art, whether it is singing, dancing, acting, filmmaking, etc.? A French writer has said that whatever should be said, has already been said, but because no one was listening, you have to say it again. So many artists carry a burden on themselves that they should do something completely original. Only then they will get recognition. Orson says that you should remove this pressure that you have to do something original. Only then your creativity will be unlocked. Newton also said, "If I stand tall, it's because I stand on the shoulders of giants." And this tells us a very important thing about ideas. Austin calls this concept as genealogy of ideas. The concept of genetics is very simple, and you must have read in biology that your father's genes and your mother's genes mix and form your genes. And you are very similar to your parents. And in many ways you are very different and unique from your parents. Similarly, all the people around you, the kind of music you listen to, the books you read, all of them together give you your ideas. So if you see ideas as a family tree, then a lot of ideas came before you. At one point, you will come and put some new idea in it, and after you, a new branch will start, and from that too, a lot of different people will keep making new ideas. The second point is, don't wait till you are ready. The creative process of doing something new is not that straightforward. That you get an original idea and instantly you write a super hit song or a best-selling book. The creative process starts by copying. Yes, you heard it right, by copying. So if you want to start any creative work, you shouldn't wait till your skills become perfect, then you will start. Austin says, don't wait until you are ready, just start copying. In the beginning, no one has any idea about their style or skills. Now think about it, when kids are learning alphabets, they also copy and learn. Now here Austin is saying that we have to copy, we don't have to plagiarize. Plagiarizing means that you are stealing someone else's work and saying that it is your work. This is absolutely wrong. Copying means that you are practicing. For example, if you want to write a poem, then you should try to copy some things first. Try to understand why the original artist wrote the words like this. When you copy like this, then you practice and your knowledge increases. Here, 2 points are very important. You have to think about who you will copy and what you will copy. It is very easy to know who to copy. You should copy your heroes. The people who inspire you, whose art you like. You should copy them first. And you should not steal from just one hero. You should steal from all your heroes. The author says that if you copy just one person, it is plagiarism. But if you copy a lot of people at once, it is research. The second thing you need to understand is what you should copy. Now it is important that you don't just copy their style, you copy their thinking, which is the reason why they have that style. If you keep copying your heroes, you will just look like them. And you won't be able to do anything unique. Our goal is to understand their thinking, so that we can add our unique twist to it and take their work further. Like Kobe Bryant said, who was one of the greatest basketball players, he used to say that no move of his was new. He stole all the moves from his idols. But slowly he discovered that he was not able to copy all the moves exactly. And that's why he modified those moves according to his own style. And because of that, those moves became his original moves. This is an interesting thing about humans. That we are very rarely able to copy anything perfectly. Often, while copying, we are unable to do a lot of things and there are some gaps left. When we fill those gaps, our creativity starts to come out. And we can find our voice and our style. Third point is write the book you want to read. Few years back, I was watching an interview of Tim Ferriss, who is a famous author and entrepreneur. And he said he started writing his book because it was a book that didn't exist yet and he wanted to read it. So he wrote that book and it became a bestseller. This is actually a very good advice if you are trying to understand what you should do. If you are a writer, you should write a book that you want to read. Another example in the book is of Bradford Cox, who is the lead singer of a band named Deer Hunter. When he was a kid, he didn't have internet. So he had to wait for his favorite band's new album many times. So while waiting, he used to imagine how their new song would be, and he used to write it himself while waiting. This made him practice writing songs. In a way, this is the most obvious advice. But I don't know why we don't take it seriously. Whenever you are confused about what you should do, you should make something that you want to consume. Like Gandhiji said, be the change you want to see in the world. Fourth point is, side projects and hobbies are very important. Many times, we put a lot of pressure on our main creative pursuit. And that's why our creativity decreases. Austin says, many times, if you have 2 to 3 hobbies, you should keep doing them. Often, the creativity of one area will inspire you in the other area. Austin tells us about the importance of a hobby. Often, we stop thinking about hobbies after school or college. And this is very bad for our creativity. A hobby is not something that you do to show the world. A hobby is something that is only for you, which makes you happy. For example, because this is my YouTube channel where I talk about books, reading books is not my hobby anymore. It has become my job. So I needed a new hobby where I don't feel any pressure to complete any work that is only for me. So I added a new hobby, cooking. I like cooking because if I'm cooking only for myself, there's no pressure to make it beautiful or good. It's just for my mental satisfaction. And if I make something good, I get a self-esteem boost and there's no pressure. So you should also have a hobby that makes you happy, that's only for you and not for showing off on Instagram. And a lot of times, this hobby of yours helps you creatively as well. Because it keeps your creative side alive and also recharges you. And fifth point is, creativity is subtraction. This is my favorite idea of this book. A lot of times we think that creativity comes when we have a lot of things. But a lot of times, creativity also means that what things are you subtracting? There is a short story of Ernest Hemingway which he wrote in just 6 words. For sale, baby shoes, never worn. Now I don't need to explain the meaning of this. These are just 6 words which create an emotional story in your mind. This is called creativity. Most of the time, the best way to get rid of creativity is to put constraints on yourself. To add some limitations on yourself. If you want to write a short story, instead of giving it unlimited time to write whenever you want, you should give it a deadline. This will help you to bring out your creativity. Author Austin Kleon himself used this concept to write a poetry book, Newspaper Blackout. He only took a newspaper, removed lines from the black marker and used the remaining lines to write poetry. So in summary, in this video I told you that you should steal like an artist, you should not wait for the moment when you are ready to start working. You should do what you want to do, your side projects and hobbies are very important, and creativity also means subtraction. So this book is very good for creative people and entrepreneurs. That's all for now and thanks for watching.